What should you do if your homocysteine level is above normal on your lab tests? First of all, take a breath. The good news is that this marker is very well controllable if you know which levers to pull. Today, as a physician, I will present you with a systematic plan to protect your blood vessels. We will not simply lower the numbers. We will conduct an investigation, find exactly where the failure occurred in your body, and fix it using a simple and safe approach. We will figure out why standard pharmacy vitamins are often useless, and what you need to add to your routine today, so that in 2 months your lab results look ideal. Most likely, you opened your lab report and saw a number that made you uneasy. Very often, laboratory forms list the normal homocysteine level as up to 15 micromoles per liter. Formally, this is the so-called reference range. But let's be honest, if we are talking about true prevention, about a comfortable level for your blood vessels and brain, preventive medicine experts aim for values of 6 to 8 micromoles per liter. So 15 is not yet a disease, but it is already a signal that something is not working properly. Our goal is to keep homocysteine within a narrow and safe range. Why is this important? Because homocysteine is a substance formed from methionine. We need methionine, but homocysteine itself is toxic. Under normal conditions, it should quickly be converted back into methionine or diverted into other beneficial pathways. But if it lingers in the blood, it begins to damage the vascular endothelium and triggers an entire cascade of negative reactions throughout the body. I have already discussed in detail what kind of damage it causes and what it can lead to in a separate video. The link will be at the end of this video. Be sure to watch it after this one. So, let's begin. Step 1. Look for the cause. Detective work. Seeing a high number on a lab report is only half the job. Our task is not just to state the fact, but to understand exactly which cog in the system has failed. An important point: if your homocysteine level is above 8 micromoles per liter, we already take action. Do not let laboratory reference limits of 15 confuse you. These are averaged boundaries, so anything above 8 is a reason for further evaluation. At this stage, we switch into the mode of a true medical detective. Why is this important? Because eliminating the root cause is always more effective than endlessly fighting the consequence and just lowering the numbers. I understand very well that untangling this knot and finding the root of the problem is not easy. The human body is complex. But believe me, this is exactly the case where it is worth making the effort so that your metabolism starts working like a clock again. What are we looking for? 1. Gastrointestinal problems. If you have gastritis with low stomach acid, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or leaky gut syndrome, vitamins simply are not absorbed. You may take them by the handful, and homocysteine will still rise. You need to see a gastroenterologist. 2. Kidney pathology. The kidneys are involved in the elimination of metabolic byproducts. If the kidneys cannot cope with filtration, homocysteine levels will rise automatically. Check your creatinine level. 3. Thyroid gland. This is foundational. Test TSH and free T4. It is important that TSH is in the middle of the reference range, not near the upper limit. Hypothyroidism is one of the common hidden causes of elevated homocysteine. However, if you already have diagnosed hypothyroidism, are compensating it with levothyroxine, and your TSH is normal, then this is most likely not the issue. 4. Lifestyle. Ask yourself honestly, how much coffee do you drink? More than 2 to 3 cups per day significantly accelerates the depletion of B vitamins. Alcohol and smoking act the same way. They literally burn through your resources needed to lower homocysteine. 5. Deficiencies. Get laboratory tests for vitamin B12, B9, folate, and B6 levels. These are the main cleaners of homocysteine. If they are low, there is simply no one to clean the blood. 6. Medications. Sometimes we raise our own homocysteine by taking medications for other conditions. If you take metformin for diabetes or insulin resistance, if your includes methotrexate, fibrates, cholesterol-lowering drugs, anticonvulsants, some contraceptives, high doses of niacin, or even heartburn medications, omeprazole and other proton pump inhibitors that reduce stomach acidity. All of these can interfere with the absorption of the vitamins we need. Discuss with your doctor the possibility of additional B vitamin supplementation while on these therapies. If the cause is found, we treat it. It is possible that after this you will not need supplements at all, only annual monitoring. But while we are searching for the cause, or if it cannot be eliminated, a specific diet and pharmacological support will help us. Step 2. Nutrition. If the cause of elevation is not deep genetics, which I will discuss a bit later, nutrition can work wonders. We need to add an antidote to protein-rich foods. For every piece of meat, there should be a mountain of factors that help it be metabolized properly. 1. Vitamin B9, folates. This is the most commonly deficient component. Folates are extremely sensitive to heat, so we look for them in raw form. Leafy greens, spinach, the absolute leader, romaine lettuce, arugula, legumes, lentils, chickpeas, green beans, vegetables, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, fruits, avocado, an excellent source of both fats and B9. 2. Vitamin B12. Here, product quality matters. Add to your diet organ meats, beef and chicken liver. B12 levels. There are dozens of times higher than in regular meat. Seafood, shellfish, mussels, mackerel, herring. Meat and eggs, beef, lamb, egg yolk. Dairy products, cottage cheese and hard cheeses. 3. Vitamin B6. Helps homocysteine convert into the beneficial antioxidant glutathione, found in nuts and seeds, pistachios, the leaders, sunflower seeds, walnuts. Fish, wild salmon, tuna. Plant sources, garlic, chickpeas, bananas, and even potatoes, baked with the skin. Life hack. If you eat a beefsteak, be sure to add a portion of spinach salad dressed with lemon juice. Lemon helps iron absorption, and folates from spinach immediately catch the homocysteine that starts forming from the meat. But remember, if you already have gastrointestinal problems, inflammation, or poor absorption, even the most perfect diet will not solve the problem 100%. Treat the gut first. And remember about coffee. Limit it to no more than 2 to 3 cups per day, because it ruthlessly depletes B vitamin stores. Step 3. Pharmacological support and genetics. If after a month of dietary changes the numbers do not decrease, or if homocysteine levels were initially very high, we add supplements. Our task is to convert homocysteine back into methionine. For this, we need B vitamins. Which ones to choose? It all depends on your genetics. You can take a test for folate cycle mutations, MTHFR. If there is no, standard, simple vitamin forms will work. These are folic acid and cyanocobalamin. They are cheaper and effective in this case. If there is a mutation, or you do not want to test, I recommend using methylated forms right away. They are absorbed by 100% of people, regardless of genetics. Look for on the label, methylfolate instead of folic acid, and methylcobalamin instead of cyanocobalamin. Pyridoxal 5-phosphate, the active form of vitamin B6. These are forms that are already ready to work and do not require activation by your body. A special case. If your homocysteine level is above 30, standard vitamins will not be enough. We need to activate an additional conversion pathway. For this, we add betaine, also known as trimethylglycine or TMG. This is a powerful helper that literally forces homocysteine to convert faster. What else helps? Omega-3. While homocysteine is elevated, the risk of clot formation increases. Omega-3 makes the blood more fluid and mobile, preventing cells from sticking together where they should not. This is your safety net while we lower the numbers. Beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from oxidative stress, which is inevitable with high homocysteine. N-acetylcysteine, the same NAC, Few people know that this is not just a cough medication. In our case, it opens a second door for homocysteine. NAC helps redirect excess homocysteine into the glutathione production pathway, our main internal detoxifier. Important warning. Specific dosages are selected by a physician based on your lab results. Excess folate is just as undesirable as deficiency. Step 4. Monitoring and conclusions. Homocysteine is a very responsive marker. It does not require a year of therapy to move. The first recheck is after 2-3 months. This is the time it takes for your metabolism to fully shift onto new tracks. Your goal is up to 8 micromoles per liter. If you see this number on your lab report, congratulations. According to modern longevity research, you have officially left the cardiovascular risk zone and protected your brain from premature aging. What next? If we found and corrected the cause in nutrition or the gastrointestinal tract, then maintaining the result is simple. More greens, less stress, and lab monitoring just once a year. Homocysteine is not a sentence, but a marker that helps us detect a malfunction in time. Now you have a step-by-step plan. Write in the comments what your current homocysteine level is and whether you were able to identify its cause. Stay healthy, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.